Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. In 2 Kings chapter 17, we have an account of Assyria coming in and taking over Israel. That is the northern tribes of Israel. And it doesn't leave any doubt as to why this took place. It was because of Israel's sin. And Assyria comes in and they deport a lot of the people from Israel, from Samaria, and they import people in from different nations. In verse 24, we see that the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and from Cutha and from Ava and from Hamath and from Sepharvaim, and they settled them in the cities of Samaria and the places of the sons of Israel. And so they took out people and then they replaced people. But these were people who were from different nations who had been serving other gods, but now they're in the land, inhabiting the land. Well, in verse 25, it says, at the beginning of their living there, they did not fear the Lord. Therefore, the Lord sent lions among them, which killed some of them. So when they first got there, they didn't fear the Lord. All they knew were the gods that they had served, and they didn't really have a reverence for the God of Israel. And so God sent these lions to kill them. Well, this struck fear into their hearts, and the king of Assyria actually calls for one of the priests from the children of Israel to go to the land to instruct the people about the ways of the Lord. And they receive this instruction. They end up fearing the Lord, but at the same time keeping the idols that they had served while they were in other areas. It says in verse 29, but every nation still made gods of its own, and put them in the houses of the high places which the people of Samaria had made. So they feared the Lord, but they still had these idols. This is brought out more poignantly in verse 41, where it says, so while these nations feared the Lord, they also served their idols, their children likewise, and their grandchildren, as their fathers did. So they do to this day. So they feared the Lord, but they still kept their idols. In other words, they feared the Lord just enough to keep the lions away, but at the same time wanted to hold on to these other gods, these other idols that they were serving. And as we read this story, we think, well, why did they do that? They should have known, if the Lord was sending these lions, if they were fearing the Lord, they should have done away with the other idols, realizing that God was more powerful than those idols and served him absolutely, but they didn't do that. They only feared him. They only obeyed him enough to try to keep the lions away. And unfortunately, there might be a lot of people even today who do the same thing. They just fear the Lord just enough to keep the lions away, but they still hold on to their idols. They perhaps go to church because they feel like that will keep God happy. They might say their nightly prayers because they think, again, that this will keep God pacified. And they do just enough to keep their feet out of the fire, but not really wholly devoted to the Lord. Maybe on Sunday morning, they're doing all the right things, but Monday through Saturday, they're serving the gods of materialism or selfishness or comfort or pleasure or entertainment or whatever the case may be. And those are the gods that they serve instead of being wholly devoted to the Lord. And so they want to serve the Lord enough to not be condemned by the Lord, but not enough to be wholeheartedly devoted to the Lord. And of course, our encouragement would be that if we're going to fear the Lord, let's fear the Lord all the way. And let's revere the Lord with everything that we have, with everything that we are, and be completely and absolutely devoted to him. Not that we can't involve ourselves in entertainment and some of those other things, but those aren't the things that we're living for. Those are not the idols that we bow down to. We ultimately and absolutely and above all serve the Lord. And whenever a choice has to be made, we always choose the Lord. And we walk according to the Spirit. We worship him. We praise him each and every day, being devoted to him with all of our heart. And that's the way that we should live here in this world. And so let's be encouraged, or maybe a better word would be let's be warned by what these nations were doing, as they were, in a sense, trying to manipulate God just to keep him from sending the lions, but really, truly, and absolutely fear the Lord, revere the Lord, love the Lord, be devoted to the Lord in everything that we do, so that he can have not just a piece of our lives, not just share our love with other idols or other gods that we serve, but that he would have our hearts in total devotion to him. So with that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.